Hello, Bond fans, and welcome once again. So, in the post recently, I received a copy of the new book, The World According to Blofelds Cat, the unofficial musings from the volcano lair, and it kind of got me thinking that, outside of white Persian cats, Bond films and animals are a often uneasy mix.
If I could talk to the animals, just imagine it. Talking to a chimp in chimpanzee.
Animals in Bond movies tend to fall into one of three categories: a threat, a pet, or comedy relief, and sometimes an amalgamation of all three. Of course, the most famous animal to be associated with Bond is Blofeld's iconic cat, but die-hard Bond fans will know that 007 has a much deeper relationship with the animal kingdom. Why, in the very first film of the series, our dear James has a confrontation with Dr. No's pet tarantula. In many ways, this scene sums up the vast majority of Bond's encounters with threatening animals, that being preposterous. Be it a tarantula in Jamaica, a python in Peru, or a whole pack of everything you can think of in India, I dare say that Bond has never looked particularly heroic when thwarting animal opponents.
Which is probably why, though at times very entertaining, this particular trope of the Bond series fell out of favour in more modern eras. The Pierce Brosnan films, for example, contained hardly any animal shenanigans at all.
If I could talk to the animals.
Learn our languages, maybe take an animal degree.
I'd study elephant and eagle, buffalo and beagle, alligator, guinea pig and flea.
Scratch the flea.
Until recently, it looked as if the eels, maggots and shark from License to Kill was to be the last inclusion of such foes in the Bond world, until Skyfall came along and gave us scorpions and Komodo dragons. Woohoo! Though perhaps not technically a threat, John Glenn had a real trademark for using animals, birds, usually to give a quick jump scare during a suspenseful or tense moment. From For Your Eyes Only to License to Kill, you can bet there'll be a scene where a bird appears to flap about in Bond's face. Another trope sadly left in Vauxhall Cross Tube Station until, it seems, Spectre shall be reviving this animal tradition as well. Sam Mendes really is a fanboy of the old ways, obviously.
If I conferred with my furry friends, man to animal, there would be no animosity. If I could walk with the animals, talk with the animals, grunt
And squeak and squawk with the animals.
and they could talk to me.
I would say the best Bond versus animal sequence has to be the Gator Farm in Live and Let Die. If Bond is ever actually battling or getting physical with an animal, it looks kind of ridiculous, as I implied earlier, so the lack of physical contact with the crocs and gators works to the scene's advantage in this film. James is so distant from the slow-moving menaces that it gives the scene a great eeriness. These giant, silent creatures slowly creeping up, circling 007 from every angle. It's an effective scene, and ends on one of the best punchlines in all of Bond, with the agent leaping from croc to croc. It's a very funny scene, which leads us into our second use of animals in Bond, for comedy.
I'll have a talk to the animals. Trade a thought or two in language that I think they'll comprehend.
If Bond films generally fail in their attempts to make animals a threat to our beloved secret agent, then maybe they fare better as providing more comedy relief.
Well, again, it's a mixed bag. There are some genuinely amusing moments that come as a result of animals, like Connery's quip to the shark in Thunderball, and a similar quip to the piranhas in You and Live Twice, but generally when we're supposed to be laughing at the animal antics themselves, we get things like this.
Boy, you is ugly.
JW, where are you?
It's just always gonna feel very childish when something has to resort to something as basic as an elephant pushing a man into a canal for humour. Like, no irony there. It's just an elephant pushing a man into a canal. But as with corny one-liners, if you're a Bond film fan, deep down you're going to love this stuff, really.
And to the music of Scarlatti, some judo and karate. I'll prove I'm strong enough to make them dead. Communication is what we need.
I think we can all agree on the most infamous of these comedy relief animals being none other than Moonraker's double-take pigeon. I've grown to love this thing. It's so completely stupid that how can anyone not adore this creation? It's a testament to the bonkers nature of Moonraker that, you know, I mean, Bond is fighting a python or going into space, and yet the most ridiculous thing in the movie is that damn pigeon.
Now I can walk with the animals, talk to the animals, grunt and squeak and squawk with the animals, and they can talk to me.
Where Bond animals truly succeed, though, is as pets, often to villainous characters, where they succeed in giving even more personality to often already very colourful characters.
Be it Sanchez's iguana, Largo's sharks, Stromberg's marine life, Drax's Dobermans, Baron Samedi's snakes, or Blofeld's piranhas, a good Bond villain can become a great Bond villain if given a suitable animal counterpart. But, of course, the partnership of Blofeld and his ever-loyal white Persian cat are the archetype villain-slash-pet combination. It's a match made in heaven. Before we ever had a good view of Blofeld himself, all we saw were a pair of hands stroking a cat. While it's obviously cliché now, at its inception it's a genius idea. It creates a calm and eerie persona. Blofeld doesn't break a sweat or even sit up in his seat when Kronstein is stabbed, or that guy is fried in his chair. He just keeps on stroking his cat calmly. I love how nonchalant the cat is in these shots too. It just doesn't give a crap. The reveal of Blofeld's face meant the cat's role was significantly minimized in the later films. The cat was a great device for cutaway when we didn't see Blofeld's face, because otherwise what else can the editor cut to when Blofeld has a big speech? My favourite appearance of the cat has to be in You and Live Twice. Apparently this cat was really temperamental on the set and would vanish for hours on end, but is it any wonder? I mean, look at the thing!
It wouldn't surprise me if Donald Pleasance's Nehru jacket changed into a slightly different shade of yellow after that particular scene was shot.
As the volcano lair erupts, the fate of the cat is left kinda up in the air. I don't know if this was the intention, or if the filmmakers just decided they'd had enough of the friggin' thing and got rid of it. But, you know, Blofeld shoots Osato, and the cat jumps down. But even Bond makes a point of looking at the thing, and then in the next shot, it's gone. We don't see it again until, well, you know, the tiny role it had in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. But it once again had a more significant expanded role in Diamond Star Forever, where Connery used it to try and weasel out the real Blofeld from the double. The final appearance of Blofeld's cat comes in For Your Eyes Only, with Blofeld's face once again going unseen. The cat has thus a more prominent role with lots of screen time. It even escapes death at the very end, and I love how it just buggers off, and it's like, oh god, I've had enough of this, good luck mate. Unfortunately, the white Persian cat never reappeared, despite this odd tease with M in License to Kill. You know, he was surrounded by a load of cats. I'm amazed they held back. They must have been really, you know, wanting to put a white cat in there, but, well, I guess it's Blofeld's trademark. Never really understood that scene anyway. It looks like retirement at the cattery was all that was left for Blofeld's cat to look forward to. Or so it seemed.
Which brings me back to the main purpose of this video, to take a look at the new humour book, The World According to Blofelds Cat, Unofficial Musings from the Volcano Lair.
Now, this book isn't a story or a narrative, but rather it is, as the title suggests, a series of musings written in a first-person or first feline perspective of Blofeld's cat as he talks through his feelings about a whole series of things: social media, estate agents, catteries, call centres, and even online reviews.
I wonder what he could say about online reviews. There's absolutely no downside to online reviews.
The book's format makes it a perfect easy read. It's broken down into small chunks of goodness, ideal for a quick bedtime read or, you know, a coffee table book. These kinds of books have become popular lately, with various internet cats and the like having similar, easy to pick up and read for 10 minutes books, so it kind of makes sense that, yeah, Blofeld's cat is a celebrity cat, why can't he have a book? I love how, and I don't know if I ever really thought about what kind of a character Blofeld's cat would have, but the character presented in this book feels so, like, dead on and kind of... yeah, it feels right that it would have these opinions. The cat is kind of an amalgamation of a horrific supervillain, petulant child, and then a mix of Noel Coward and Victor Meldrew.
And fortunately, this mix makes for a really funny character, which means that it is an absolute delight to read through the comedic ramblings of Blofeld's cat.
The subjects discussed in the book are wide-ranging and diverse. Some of them contain artifacts like funny reviews and correspondence letters, and some of them are comedically short. A couple of my favourites are the passages about world peace, which is just lol, and arms dealing, which is a noble profession. While the passages are consistently humorous, the absolute highlight of this piece for me is the wonderful cartoon illustrations kitty-littered throughout the book by Adrian Teal. These are some really charming images and really punch up the overall package in a wonderful way. The vast majority of them would make great art prints. My only real criticism of the book, and this isn't necessarily a problem strictly with this book, but with a lot of others in how I hate it when pictures that are spread over 2 pages and you lose so much detail down the spine of the book. I know this probably seems really petty, but if anything it's a testament to how much I genuinely love the artwork here, that I want to be able to clearly see as much of it as possible. Overall, I highly recommend this book. It's a perfect gift for any Bond fan. It's a funny, easy thing to go through. It's perfect for people like me who need a quick read and a giggle before retiring to your own villainous lair for the night.
And with it looking extremely likely that Blofeld will be rearing his ugly, scarred head once again in the latest Bond film Spectre, we can hold out hope that maybe that iconic cat will rear its head also, and so as such there's probably never been a better time to get reacquainted with the most iconic animal in all of Bondom. I'm Calvin Dyson, saying so long for now, Bond fans. But before I go completely, this is just one final friendly reminder that my Kickstarter campaign, which has been a huge success thanks to so many of you folks, ends in just 3 days' time on the 10th of May. All donations are still very welcome, as every penny will go towards improving the overall quality of this channel through better equipment and software, and it'll also be your last chance to gain access to 3 exclusive videos. Please head over to the Kickstarter page for more details, but if you want to see those extra videos, you've gotta donate. Those videos are my way of saying an extra thank you to everyone who supports the growth and improvement of this channel. I really do appreciate all the well wishes and the like. It really means so much. Thank you for listening.